I kill with my heart.
The Dark Tower is directed by Nicolas Jarcel and stars Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey and Tom Taylor. This movie is the adaptation of the beloved Stephen King novel series of the same name. This movie follows a young boy who is having visions of this mystical place. He then finds a portal which takes him to this world and he crosses paths with the gunslinger. Then they team up to go and save the world from the evil man in black who is trying to destroy the Dark Tower. I will just start off by saying that I have never read the novels, so therefore I went into this film to watch it as a film and not a book adaptation. So did this movie allow me to enjoy it as a film? Well, to keep it short, no. Idris Elba is good in this movie as the gunslinger, and he is quite badass when he is shooting his guns and catching bullets in midair. Also, Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black was also pretty good performance-wise, although he was a bit generic most of the time, which is a bit sad because Matthew McConaughey is such a good actor. The Dark Tower also includes quite a bit of cool action within. There are a couple of cool shootouts with the gunslinger and it has got a couple of cool visual effects, but to be honest, these are the only positives for this film, so let's move on to the negatives because there are a lot of them. This film frustrated me at a point, as it keeps showing and teasing all these concepts that are clearly from the novel series. However, the film does nothing to explain what these things are, so it just leaves you confused as it does this so many times as well, and it's just infuriating. Also, sticking to the topic of not explaining things, the Man in Black. What on earth was he about? I can't tell you what his powers were as the movie never told me. All I know is he is a sorcerer. It reminds me of Doctor Doom from Fantastic as he just walks down a corridor and can tell people to die and they just will. It's just like a worse version of Kilgrave from Jessica Jones, except obviously in Jessica Jones it was done really well, and here it's just confusing and weird. The movie is also so slow paced. The movie is sold to you as being an action film, but there is barely any action in it until the last 15 minutes of the movie. This would not be a bad thing if the characters were interesting to see interact, but they're not. They're just boring. This movie is boring. Tom Taylor as Jake Chambers was annoying. I heard people say that he was good in this movie, but I have to respectfully disagree with that. One scene in particular made his character extremely irritating for me personally, and I ended up just hating his character. Nothing particularly against the actor. I'm sure he can do better than this. He just wasn't that great in this film and he ended up annoying me in a lot of scenes. The ending is also the most anticlimactic thing I have seen in such a long time. They were building up to this fight between the gunslinger and the Man in Black, but it ends so quickly that it makes the Man in Black look like a chump. Also, the entire final fight is in the trailer, so if you haven't seen the trailers and you want to watch the movie, I don't know why you'd want to watch the movie, but if you do, don't watch the trailer. In conclusion, I did not enjoy The Dark Tower at all. The movie is incredibly boring, the characters are not interesting at all, Jake Chambers was annoying, and the movie did nothing to explain its characters or its world. I thought the runtime of this movie was going to be too short for a book adaptation, and though that still rings true, the movie is so bad that you just don't care. If the movie was good, then yeah, I'd say the movie should have been maybe about 2.5 hours long to adapt the novel, but because of the movie's quality, an hour and a half is about right. I give The Dark Tower a D-.